Hi everyone, my name's Anjali and this is Uma, and welcome today to our WOCY Family Breaks with Children and Tweens, where we are celebrating Mozambique Independence Day. So this is the flag of Mozambique, and this is the day that is a big party, it's a holiday, it's a celebration of when the Mozambicans were allowed to, for the first time in about 500 years, make their own rules, make their own decisions, because they wanted the choice about how they live their lives. Okay, like we want choices as well. So the choices we're going to make in class, remember, are going to be kind, to listen to our bodies, to only do what is comfortable, no overstretching, no hurting. If you get tired, if you're hot, whatever it might be, just remember to listen to your body and be kind. And also, there's part of this listening and being kind, which is about respect. So you are allowed to have a bit of space to look after yourself in doing this yoga today. So respect your space and respect the space of other people around you. All right, so let me first show you where Mozambique is on our map. So Mozambique is in this continent of Africa, and it's down here in the southeast part of Africa. So it's close to South Africa, it's close to East Africa, and it's in between the two. So around it, you've got Tanzania, you've got Zambia, you've got Zimbabwe, you've got Madagascar Island over here, you've got Malawi over here as well, and then you've got South Africa down underneath to the south. All right, now, Mozambique is a country where they get floods a lot and they get a lot of droughts. So I want us to think about, in a drought, it's usually hot and dry. But I want us to cool ourselves out while still thinking about how it might feel if it was really dry. We wouldn't have a lot of water. So for our WOCY breath, sit up tall and stick your tongue out. And I want you to imagine you're panting like a dog, so cooling down, but really drying on your tongue. Does your tongue feel dry? Mine does when I take it in. Okay, so imagine what it might be like to not have water. It is cooling, but yeah, really drying as well. All right, let's move on to our WOCY warm-up. And the problem is with when there's droughts and when there's floods, that can mean that it's really difficult for people to grow crops and to have enough food to live. So a couple of things I want us to do for our warm-up. I really want us to warm up our legs today, open up our hips and see if we can walk around. So when people don't have a lot of food, their bones don't grow as strong. We're helping our bones to grow strong here. You can have your hands down on the floor or you can have your hands off the floor. But when your bones don't grow, you don't get to be as tall as you could be. All right, so we're making our bones strong, but we're also thinking about the people that might not grow as well in Mozambique. Now, also in Mozambique, it's a country which has a lot of animals that you can only find in Africa. So obviously we've got our giraffes, our elephants, but there's also certain types of crocodiles. Let's get those hips moving again. And we're getting our tummies really strong as we are snapping, or imagining the snap of the crocodile's jaws, really waking up your legs in this warm-up. Wow, the bottom of your back's getting really strong as well. And you're kind of having to balance on the side of your body. Okay, if we've done one leg snapping, let's move over to the other side and do the other leg snapping too. And you can have your head in your hand with your shoulder on the floor or all the way down to the floor, whatever you like, because we're really exercising and making strong this top leg here. It's the legs we're working on, absolutely. All right, now in Mozambique, there are some famous paintings that were drawn about 8,000 years ago that have drawings of humans, of animals. And they're drawn on some rocks called the Vumba rock. So these are the Vumba rock paintings. So for our exercise today, we're going to work through some different shapes and sizes of rocks. First of all, let's squeeze our tummies. We are stretching the front parts of our ankles. We are just relaxing down to the floor in our child's pose as we've got our small rounded rocks. We're then going to have our rocks with different shapes as we put our hands behind us, feet in front, and push our tummies and bottoms up and see how strong you can make your rocks. Okay, yes, this can be a rock with your bottom down, a bit of a jagged shape, but why not try and make it a little bit bigger and stronger? Like your arms are becoming here, your shoulders are here, your chest is nice and open, your tummy's pretty strong as well. Nice job, okay. And then let's make some really jagged rocks. Okay, so come up onto your knees, tuck your toes under, stretch your arms up. We've got a jagged rock here, and maybe we can turn it into a different shape. Can you reach your heel and have one arm up, one hand at your heel? This is a half camel pose, as we call it in yoga. Stretch your hands up and reach your other hand, but can you still push your tummy forwards as much as you can? All right, you might need to take your knees apart a little bit so that you can push your tummy forwards. All right, now do you think you can make a full rounded rock by reaching one hand and the other hand? But look, what's happened to my rock? All right, but if you push your tummy and your back forwards, then you've got a beautifully rounded rock. You can look up at the ceiling if you like. Well done, big rocks. But then I think, because it's a really big back bend stretch, we need to bend our backs the other way to make sure that we don't hurt ourselves in yoga and let ourselves feel that nice stretch in our backs as we curl up into that small rock again. All right, very nice. Okay, let's come to our Mozambique Independence Day celebrations. So lots of parades, processions, dancing, music. Mozambicans are really great at carvings as well. And in one of the villages that I found out about, there are men called the Makua, well, it's from the Makua tribe, and they dance around on stilts. So I wonder, okay, we're going to do our dancing pose, but we need to come onto tiptoes. And this makes it really a bit tricky. So they wear colourful outfits, they wear masks, and they dance around on their toes. Okay, it's probably a bit easier once you're up there. But I wanted you to start, because you have to get up on your stilts first, don't you, when you do it? All right, well, it's still quite tricky, yeah. Okay, so we're really stretching the backs of our legs. We're working our toes. We need our toes to walk, remember, otherwise we would fall over. So we're stretching. Start on your tiptoes. Can you dance around then? As if you're dancing on stilts. Stretch your body up. You've got great balance. And can you stop? Ooh. Can you do this? I find it tricky. Maybe we can see how easy it is to balance on stilts for one. Maybe try it on the other leg. On the other leg, can you do it for one? Woo! Okay, and maybe you can try it. Like I'm going to have to practice too, to do it for a bit longer. All right, everyone. Let's come down to the floor for our WOCY time out today. And I was just thinking about the first people that lived in Mozambique were the San people. And they were what we call hunter-gatherers. So they had to really hunt often to be able to get their food. So they would hunt animals. And I want you to imagine there's a bow that you are letting go across your body as you hold onto your foot and stretch your leg as long as you can across your body. Okay, so when we're moving things across our body, we're helping to make both sides of our body and our minds, our brains, really strong. So can you stretch that leg as much as you feel comfortable? And you're also squeezing your tummy. So if you have a tummy ache, this can be really good as well. All right, now, what sort of skills? We're on our time out, so we want to just have a little bit of thinking time here, or a bit of quiet time. As you stretch your leg again, I'd like you to think about what sort of skills the San people might have needed to live at that time. Would they have had to be able to sharpen rocks to make the points of those arrows that you've got stretching away from you? Would they have needed to learn how to, why don't you bring your feet down to the floor? In fact, yes, make sure that you've done it on both sides. We've maybe sharpened those arrows. Maybe they needed to be able to build fires. So if we think about a campfire, put your feet together. You don't need to pull it close to you in one of those butterflies, but make a nice sort of diamond shape as we have a rounded campfire so they can cook their food on the fire. Maybe they would have to just slowly reach forwards. Maybe they would have to gather branches and leaves to make their homes and shelters. So just relax wherever you like and think about what sort of skills would you need if you didn't live in your homes, if you lived out. It's a bit like camping, and we've had camping month this week. But a lot of people, this is how they started living their lives. They started learning, developing new skills, because they had to be able to be warm and to eat. And when you're ready, just close your eyes. Come and sit back up tall. Rub your hands together. Place your warm hands over your eyes. Slowly open and close your eyes behind your hands. Spread your fingers apart as you pull them down over your face. Take a deep breath in as you stretch your hands up. Catch the energy from the sun, the happiness, the love from the world around you, and bring it all down into you. As we say Namaste, Namaste. The light in me, the goodness in me, honours the goodness in you. Thank you very much for joining me and Uma for our WOCY Family Breaks with Children and Tweens, where we have celebrated Mozambique Day, Mozambique Independence Day.